do. So let's say that I have a decimal number 0.3. How do we do that? So this decimal number 0.3 is actually by 1. At the top we multiply by 10, and at the bottom also we multiply by 10. I can always divide the numerator and denominator of a fraction without changing the value. So if you recall, when we were understanding decimal fractions, we said that if there was a decimal fraction like 3 by 10, we will convert it into decimal by understanding that there is a point after 3, and we'll move this point to the left as many times as there are zeros in the denominator. So when being divided by 10, we moved the decimal point 1 digit and we moved it towards the left. When being multiplied by 10, this decimal point actually moves towards the right. So again it will move only 1 digit to the right because there is only 1 0 here. So this will become 3, and then at the bottom this will be 1 into 10, which is 10. So we have successfully converted our number into decimal. So what about if we had a number like 0.22? What happens then? Again we write it as 0.22 multiplied by 100 and divide by 100, and this of course becomes, we'll move the decimal point towards the right. There are 2 zeros, so 1 and 2, and this becomes 22 by 100. So to convert a decimal number to a fraction, the trick is to multiply the number with a number, multiply this number by 10, 100, 1000 with a number with a lot of zeros towards the end. The number of zeros would depend upon how many digits are there after a decimal point. Here there were 2 digits, so multiplied by 100. Here there was a single digit after the decimal point, so we multiplied by 10. If there were 3 digits after a decimal point, we would have multiplied it by 1000, so on and so forth. Our work does not really end here, but we have to simplify this further. So both of these can go in 50, so we divide go with 2, which means that we'll divide both of them by 2. So this becomes 11 by 50. Okay, so now we try to go other way around. We try to convert the number into decimal, a fraction number into decimal. So let's say that we have a fraction 11 by 25 and we want to convert it into decimal. To do that, the first method is we can do the long division. Okay, so long division, what we do is that we put 25 here and we put 11 here. Right in the beginning itself, because this 11 cannot really be divided by 25 right in the beginning, so there would be a decimal point which would appear here, and this decimal point appears. Now we can put we can get a 0. We'll get a 0 there, 110, and so then we'll get a 4, and this becomes 100, and then there will be again 10 left. So now only for the first one do we put a decimal point. After the decimal point 1 0, we get for free each time. Every time we will get 1 0 for free. So this 1 0 we can directly take after the decimal point. When we are doing the long division, we'll get 1 0 for free. So this 1 0 we'll get, and then we'll say 4 4, and of course this is 100. So this simply becomes remainder becomes 0. So we'll say that 11 by 25 is equal to 0.44. Okay, point is there. That is one way. But in some numbers such as this 25 right here, we can quickly realize that I can convert this number to a decimal fraction. Decimal fraction is the one in which the base is of the form 10 raised to power, and it is 10, 100. Okay, and to do that I multiply the top and bottom both by 4. So this becomes, for 25 by into 4 is actually equal to 100, and this is 44. And now we know that when we are dividing by a number like 100, we just have to move the decimal point as many digits as there are number of zeros. So because there are 2 zeros, we just move it by 1 and 2 digits. So this becomes 0.44. Okay, so both by using the long division and by using our standard this special trick, we were able to get the same answer 0.44. Okay, so hopefully this is very clear. We can convert them from one to another, decimals to fractions, fractions to decimal. Now let us understand